Hello viewers, welcome back. In this session, we are going to discuss depends on methods, a very important concept in TestNG. TestNG provides this feature where a test can depends on another test. So sometimes it happens that we have a prerequisite that we can put in a test, and that test will be used as a dependent methods in another test to perform that prerequisite. It may be possible that a test maybe depends on more than one test. So we have to specify all those dependent methods in the test that we want to execute. So while executing a test, TestNG looks for dependent tests, and if it finds that these are the tests that needs to be run before running the main test, it will first go for dependent test to run, and then it will come back to run the main test. To understand this concept, let's go through with the demo. So here we can see there are three test methods: test 1, test 2, and test 3, where test 3 is depending upon test 1. How to specify dependent methods or dependent test? There is a feature called depends on methods, which is a field of @test annotation, and using that we can specify all the dependent tests in the curly brackets. So it may be possible that this test may be dependent upon more than one test, so likewise we can specify other tests separated by commas. So as we can see, test 3 is depending upon test 1. So if I execute test 3, TestNG looks for test 1 first. If it is not finding test 1, what it will do, it will throw an exception. But if it is fine, then it will execute test 1, and then it will come back to execute the test 3. So important thing is that if dependent test is not found, the main test is not going to execute. So let's say I want to run test 3. Okay, so if I want to run test 3, TestNG will execute test 1 first. So you can see that the result is in the console where test 1 is executed first and then test 3 is executed. Okay, even though it is possible, I can specify more than one dependent test. So now I'm just putting test 2 as well, and now if I want to run test 3, TestNG will run first test 1 and test 2, and then test 3 will execute. Okay, so what is happening? It's saying depends on non-existent method test 1 and test 2. So test 1 and test 2 is not found. So there were some syntax error, because of that this exception was thrown. So let's now run this. I was surprised like why it is. So you can see that test 3 is executed, but before test 3, test 1 and test 2 executed. So that's the way to specify dependent methods using depends on methods fields of @test annotation. Now let's say I removed test 2. Okay, and I'm saying like this test 3 is depends on test 1 and test 2, but test 2 is not in this particular class, and if I want to run test 3, we are going to get an exception. So you can see it is saying depends on non-existence method test 2. So test 2 is not found, and that's why exception is thrown and test 3 is not executed at all. Okay, similarly if I remove test 1 also, still I will get the exception. Okay, and so if a test is depends on more than one test and one of them is missing, the exception is thrown. Okay, now the same thing we are going to deal with test ng suite files. Okay, so let's say I want to create a test ng suite files where I want to run test3. Okay, so we can create test ng suite in different ways. So here I have created test ng suites where we have specified methods. So let's say if I want to run test3, so if the suite is something like this and I want to run, then we are going to get an exception. Okay, here we are going to get an exception. Why? Because we mentioned test3 to run. Okay, but test3 is dependent on test1 as well as test2. So what it is saying, test3 is depending on method public void, and so test2, which is not annotated, right, with @test or not included, means that you have to specify the dependent methods also in your suite files, then and only then your test will execute. So now I mentioned test2 as well. Okay, but I still skip test1. Still I'm going to get an exception because test3 is depend on test1 also. So test1 also needs to be mentioned in your suite file. Okay, so you can see that this test1 is not found. So now if I run my suite files, it's perfect. Okay, so test3 is executed and before test1 and test2 is executed. Order is not important. Now if we don't want to include the methods, okay, and directly I want to run the test class, then in that case you don't have to worry about what test methods needs to be included and what needs not to be included. Why? Because if you specify the entire class, test class means all the methods it will pick up, okay, from that particular test class. So let's say run this. Now it will go and execute test3, but test3 is dependent on test1 and test2. So test1 and test2 is available in the test class. Okay, and you are saying that I want to run this test class itself. That's why you will not get any exception and test3 is executed successfully and before its dependent methods are executed. So the use of depends on method is that if there are some prerequisite, for example, a login test that you have written and it needs to be executed before executing the rest of the test because every test requires login. In that case, we can put the login test as a dependent methods in that particular test so that every time the test will execute, it will go and log in first and then it will execute the main test. Okay. So that's all about what is called depends on methods in TestNG. Okay. Depends on methods allows you to perform prerequisite before executing your test. Okay. So remember, all the dependence methods must be available in that particular test class. If anyone is missing and if I try to run my test, the exception is thrown. Similarly, while creating the suite, there is a trick where if we want to run a test based on the methods, then all the dependent test methods must be specified, or we have a facility we can run whole class, so there won't be any problem of finding the test methods. Depends on method also have one more properties. The property is something like if a test is depending upon one or more tests and one of those tests gets failed, then the main test will be skipped. So to understand this, let's see, we have a test 6 and test 4 and test 5, right? Here test 6 is depending upon test 4 and test 5. Test 4 is having an assertion where the assertion is 1 equals to 1, so this test 4 is going to pass anyhow. But in test 5 I have forcefully made this assertion false, so test 5 will be uh, failed. So as we know that test 6 is depending upon 4 and 5, one of them got failed. That's why test 6 is going to be skipped and it is not going to execute. So let's see the results. Okay, so you can see that assertion is line number 17. So test 5 got failed. Test 4 got executed successfully. Because of test 5 failed, that's why test 6 is skipped. So in a situation where dependent methods are failing, our main test is not going to execute. So if we want to execute the test in case of failure of dependent method also, there is one more fields of @test annotation known as. So in this case, test 5 is failing, that's why test 6 is not executed. But if you want to force test 6 to execute, even one of its dependent test is failing, there is one field called always is equal to true that we can pass to @test annotation. So that is something like always run is equal to true. So this is a field that we can pass, and we can pass the value of this field as true. So what is going to happen, even though the test 5 is failing, okay, because of this property always run is equal to true, test ng will not skip test 6 and it will execute test 6. Okay, so let's see now what is the result after execution. Right, so you can see that the test 6 is executed. Okay, test 4 was executed successfully, test 5 was failed. So even though test 5 is failed, test 6 is executing because uh, this property we have made it to true. So if we want a test not to be skipped, okay, by test ng, we can use this property always run is equal to true. So that's all about depends on methods. Thank you very much.